Hi all, welcome to Chef the Home channel. My name is Savita and I'm a popular host on chefthehome.com, and today I'm going to share with you pav bhaji recipe, a very authentic and a really simple recipe. And for that recipe I have these ingredients. I have boiled a large potato which I'm going to dice eventually when I add it to the recipe. I have one large yellow onion which is diced. You can also use white onion if you like. There's about half cup of sweet green peas which I've already boiled. 2 large tomatoes finely diced. I have about 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I'm using unsalted butter because if you add salted butter to the recipe, you cannot really control how much salt you have added to the recipe. So it's always good that you use unsalted butter. And I have also have here 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, 1 tablespoon of red paprika, 1 tablespoon of fenugreek leaves, 1 tablespoon of pav bhaji masala, about half teaspoon of chopped green chilies, 1 tablespoon of red tomato paste, about half cup of capsicum finely diced, and I also have a small bunch of cilantro leaves which I am eventually going to dice and add it to the recipe. Alright, so let's get going with chopping the cilantro first, because we are going to need a lot while we making the recipe. So what I've did is I'm also going to use the stems of the cilantro. Most of the time we use just the leaves, but I prefer to use the whole cilantro because it has a lot of flavor and it's always good to use the whole cilantro. And if you notice that I'm going to just fold it and then chop it nicely. Once it's all done, maybe we can give it a few more chops to have a nice small dice. Alright, we're good to go. And also, I'm going to roughly dice the potatoes. You don't need a very exact dice. All you need is a rough chop, because we want that when we add the potatoes to the recipe, they should mix up very well. Alright, so we are good here. So let's get started. So let's make pav bhaji. First of all, I'm just going to switch on the gas burner on a very low medium heat. You can always check if your pan is heated enough before you add oil or butter to it, just by putting your palm on about a few inches above the pan. And if you feel the heat, it means it's heated enough to start adding the oil. So let me first add a very small amount of butter. We don't want to add a lot of butter in the beginning because this recipe needs a lot of butter during the process of making the recipe. So it's always good to start with a very little amount. Just want to coat the pan with little amount of butter. Alright, so I'll just swirl this butter around so that my pan is fully coated with the butter. Alright, so now we are good to add capsicum. See here, I've added almost half cup of very finely diced capsicum, and it's also called bell pepper, green bell peppers. So let's saute these for about 30 seconds. We don't want to crisp up the capsicum because we are not looking for a crisp texture. I think that's enough time, enough saute to soften the vegetable. And now I'm going to hit the pan with little amount of water, just a couple of tablespoons. See, all we are looking for here is that our capsicum gets soft. The skin of capsicum is little hard, so by adding water, we want to boil and make the capsicum very soft, so they assemble very well in our pav bhaji. So while our capsicums are boiling, I'm going to add potatoes, which we already diced, just roughly diced. And all of the chopped tomatoes. Sweet green peas. And I'm going to add half of red paprika. It's about a tablespoon. I'm going to add almost half of it into the recipe. Alright. And a little bit of cilantro leaves. And green peppers. And now it's time to add a little bit more of butter. Here we go. And I'll also add a pinch of salt. See, it's always good to season the dish as you add the ingredients, because that way you can control how much salt you have added to the recipe. So you want to saute these vegetables that we have added in the pan in this butter for about 1.5 minutes, and after that we are going to add water, because as I said, our objective is to have all of these vegetables mixed in each other and we get a very harmonious flavor and harmonious texture. We are not looking for these big dices of potatoes or big chunks of tomatoes. So eventually they all are going to be like one nice harmonious bhaji. And let me also add about a tablespoon of red paprika. Here we go. Now as you can see, the butter has melted and it has coated all the vegetables very well. And now I will add about 1 cup of water. Switch the heat to high, because what we want is, we want to soften all the vegetables so that we can mash them later. This process is going to take about 5 minutes. By that time the vegetables will be very soft and will be ready for the next step, that is mashing the vegetables. So vegetables are boiling almost at very high heat from past 3-4 minutes now. Now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of, I should say almost half of the ginger garlic paste. Stir it well, and now is the time to start mashing the vegetables, because they are already very soft since we already had boiled potatoes in it and already cooked or boiled sweet peas. So it's going to be relatively very easy to mash the vegetables now. We are going to mash them a couple of times. This is essentially the very first time when we mash. You are not going to see very nice and very soft consistency, but as the ingredients cook, they are going to be very mellow, and then we will have a very nice consistency of pav bhaji. So let's keep mashing. Alright, vegetables are coming together. See, objective is that these sweet peas should mash and blend very well into the potatoes, and they are already pretty much cooked, so it should be very easy to mix all, but it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of muscles to do this, so be patient with this step. So when you are mashing the vegetables together, and if you feel that water is less or vegetables are sticking to the bottom of the pan, you can always add a little bit of butter, or you can add a little bit of water, maybe say 1 or 2 tablespoons, to facilitate the process. Wow, it's coming together very well now, and it smells divine. Alright, I think we are pretty much done with the first step of, or the first time of mashing the vegetables. I'm just going to remove all the ingredients which are stuck to my masher. So as you can see, the potatoes and sweet peas are pretty much in harmony. Let's add a little bit more water, maybe about 1/4 of a cup. After you add this amount of water, we're going to bring this whole mixture to a boil. Cook it till all of these ingredients come together and oil starts separating from the vegetables. So as you can see, vegetables have started releasing oil now, and it's fully cooked. Now we are going to get to the very important step of making pav bhaji. Just push all the vegetables, the cooked vegetables, on the side of the pan, and then we are going to make little bit of masala on the other side of the pan, and I'm going to reduce the heat to low because I don't want to burn the pav bhaji. And let's add about, just leave a little bit of butter because we might need it when we are frying the bhaji later. And to this butter, I'm going to add a handful of chopped onions, about half a cup. And now we're going to add a very important ingredient of pav bhaji recipe, and that is pav bhaji masala. And I'm going to add almost all masala. That was about 1 tablespoon, and I'm just leaving a little bit behind because I will add it as a finishing touch. All of the fenugreek leaves and remaining red paprika powder, all of it. Okay, and the remaining ginger garlic paste. Also, at this point, we are also going to add a little bit of salt, about half a teaspoon, and about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And there is one more important ingredient which is used in most authentic pav bhaji recipes. That is this red food color. I am going to add it today, about 4 drops. And that's it. Alright, so let's mix these ingredients here. And my kitchen is already smelling wonderful. Pav bhaji masala actually is a wonderful mixture of around 11 Indian spices, and I have recipe of how to make pav bhaji masala on my website chefthehome.com. So if you want to know how to make your own pav bhaji masala, you can check it on my website. As you can see that pav bhaji is coming together very well now. And as you can see, I have kept the heat on low. At this point, we don't need high heat because we are not going to really cook any ingredient a lot. They are already pretty much cooked. At this point, I think it's always good to taste the dish so that we can adjust the salt and, if needed, lemon juice a little bit. So let me try and see how's the salt. It's very hot. It definitely needs a little bit more lemon juice. See, that's why I kept a a little bit here already, and I am going to use the rest of butter in it and the left cilantro leaves. Alright, bhaji is ready, and after that we are going to work on paos. The pan on low medium heat, and I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of butter for each pav. Let's coat the bottom of the pan with the butter. As you see that this recipe uses a lot of butter, but there is no hard and fast rule. You can always skip this butter and use some good quality oil like an olive oil or any other good quality oil instead of butter if you like. It still be very delicious. And now I'm going to take one pav and I'm going to add a little bit of the pav bhaji masala. Just sprinkle it on the pav, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of red paprika on the pav, and that's it. It's the seasoned side down on the pan, and after that you're going to swirl it in the pan so that it absorbs all the butter and gets nice and toasty. Turning the buns now. At this point you can switch off the heat, and I think now it's the time to plate the dish. I'm going to ladle some bhaji to the plate. Oh, wow. It smells so good. And hot. And we'll sprinkle a little bit of fresh diced onions. You can also add a little bit of, actually I'm going to add a little bit of butter as well. And a sprinkle of paprika and pav bhaji masala. Amazing. And I can't wait to try it now. Actually, let me try the bun. And this delicious recipe. Very delicious and comforting.